Uman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, Breaker 7 Seals. Future news, brothers and sisters. Future news. Let me make a small adjustment here. I've been working many hours on this presentation, brothers and sisters, so hopefully perhaps you may benefit from it, maybe not. A little adjustment. It should be it's a little better than this. Okay, there you go. It's a little better. It's a little more. Okay. It's a little more. It's a little more. Okay. Stage just, well, just a bit more. Okay. That should do it. Okay, there you go. Okay, brothers and sisters, this here, my subject is the Adamic bomb, Adamic bomb. But everyone should ponder this, brothers and sisters. This is, they don't put those things in the Quran for nothing. You know, though it has relevance, right? Especially when it comes to Angel. Angel's a perfect book. And it's a perfect light for perfect darkness. Because about entering the perfect darkness, the greatest darkness ever. It's perfect light. And you want to be found diminishing that light in any way. You don't be found in that situation, brothers and sisters. Okay? But anyway, let's talk about this for a second, then we move on, brothers and sisters. Now I talk about this, now let's talk about it again. Because there's a terrible fate awaiting anyone who's opposing or resisting this message, this light. And when there came to a book from Allah verifying that which they have, see, in other words, they have a book, right? And so now a new book is introduced that's consistent with the book they already have. It's just updated, it's upgraded, right? And verify what they have. And the fourth time, you should right, speak against, oppose everybody else that wouldn't accept the book they had. See? Because, you know, if you didn't accept the book they had, they came after you, right? They didn't like it. They prayed against you and everything else, right? And fourth time, you pray for victory against those who disbelieved. In other words, didn't believe in what the book they had. But they came in, they recognized, they recognized the book, right? They disbelieved in it. They recognize it, but they still, you say, well, how can they recognize it and still disbelieve in it? See, because there's more things going on, so you got to get your new mind. See, because you can see something, right? It's like a guy, man. Well, I don't know if that's a good analogy. I shouldn't go there, right? Okay, but he knows alcohol is poison when he drink anyway. He knows it's poison, but he likes it. You know, it's that harmful way he likes it, you know. You see what I'm saying? So even though his mind knows, his body overrides it. So, because it says they recognize it, but they just believe in it. So it's like, right? Contradiction there, right? They recognize it, but But they just believe in it, so that in other words, they didn't respond to it. I mean, in other words, they oppose whatever. They recognize it, right? So it's on two levels there, because our bodies on several levels. I mean, we have 5 different particular components to our bodies: the mind, the heart, the lungs, whatever. So Allah's curse on disbelievers. See, in other words, they recognize it, they didn't respond to it, they didn't help it, whatever. They was against it. See. So if you're a winter person, you see the spring coming, you recognize it, but you against it. You understand? Just because you recognize something, you're going to be with it. That means recognize it. You see a car coming, you recognize it coming, but you're not going to stand there. You're going to get the hell out of the way. Hopefully. I mean, if you, evil is that we sell soul. And evil is that sell their soul. In other words, they're looking for a profit. They're profiting from their book. But it's a profit in vain. Because, I mean, it's like selling cows on quicksand. Right? It's in vain. Because they invest in something that's like investing in the winter. Spring's on the way. Investing in snow. Well, you know, it made sense in the winter. It don't make sense in the spring. See what I'm saying? So evil, they sell their souls because they're selling, but it's not going to be profit for them. And they should deny allow that was trying to build out envy, and some lots of envy. So some of us are envy because some wish, hey man, if I can say this self. He said, when he heard about the messenger, everything, he said, why didn't God pick me? Why didn't you indeed? Out of envy, that Allah should stand grace on the servants who pleases. So they can wrath from wrath. And there's a basing chastisement for this. A basing chastisement. A basing, not just a chastisement, a basing chastisement. See, wrath is upon them. It says, and they can wrath upon wrath. So what that wrath look like? Okay? I'm just giving an example here, brothers and sisters. Okay? This was in store for them. Popsicles. Oh, yeah. And it's for the preachers, too. Popsicles. Yep. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay. Oh, where am I at here? Okay, I think this is the right one right here. Atomic bomb. Now, brothers and sisters, science is the application of mathematics. Islam is mathematics, Islam. Science is the application of mathematics. Right? And so, there's a reason why they call it scientists. Because it's pre-mathematicians, but they're not just mathematicians, they apply it. And we see and plan, we see scriptures, all the different things they do, right? Make things happen. Quality control of our universe. They don't have this, they have quality control. Scientists. And so I'm going to introduce you to some science today that I've been actually, if you've been paying attention, you've been thinking, you might have picked up on some of this because I've been saying it here and there, right? But now I'm going to get into it. In fact, I even talked about this in different ways. Okay. Now, there's Adam there. Now, remember Adam in the Bible, and Adam in the angel, and Adam in the angel, or Adam in the Bible, and Adam in the Quran, it's the same Adam. That came into existence 500 years ago. See, Yaakov's Adam, 6,000 years, but the one, this specific one we're talking about is that generation, this last generation of Adam. See, that's the one that's talking about in the Quran and in the Bible, right? So the one that came on existence, and that's these guys, the Puritans, right? But later became Americans, came out of Europe, not out of Europe. Remember, Britain is not Europe. Britain is made up of Europeans, but Britain is an island nation. Now see this. Let's look at a hydrogen bomb. Now, why they call it a hydrogen bomb? Because a hydrogen bomb is a two-step process. You have two types of bomb, a fission bomb and a fusion bomb. Now, I'll get a lot of detail here. A fission bomb is like you take uranium. Uranium is very unstable. It's held together by neutrons, right? But under intense pressure, it takes intense pressure to make your uranium. But if you snatch neutrons with that pressure is released, and bam, those atoms come by, they fly so fast, that's a nuclear explosion. They must speed of light, and billions of this, that's a nuclear explosion. Because the neutrons hold those protons together. See? And so you need uranium, that's right, that makes a fission bomb. Right? Now, a fusion bomb is different. Uranium is like made of like I forget, 500. I forget how many. Each atom has how many protons? Maybe 100, 200 protons. Whatever. They're very dense, right? See, but maybe a lot of protons. A couple of hundred, I'm sure. I don't remember exactly. I'm not going to look it up. But each atom is made of a lot of protons and neutrons. Neutrons hold the protons together. But hydrogen is a simple atom. It's just a proton. Just pretty much protons like air. Right? And so it's like they're like air. Because they're simple atoms. Simple as you can be. Understand that? So what I'm saying here is like, say that right there is uranium. What you're looking at right there says uranium. Right? Got a lot of uranium. But you have to form it to make a bomb. Okay, so let's look at this. I'm trying to be... Let's see here. Now, I don't know why I did that like that, but anyway. So now what you do is you have to form it so like a casing. It's like that thing's got a hole in the middle. Right? And so that is, you formed it. You gave it that form. Right? And when you do that, then what you do, if I got this right, if I get this messed up, I'm be. See, then you put the hydrogen in the center. Remember, hydrogen is a gas. Right? Now, uranium is like a metal. It's hard. Right? So you form it like that, and you put the hydrogen in the center. So we're looking at two-dimensional view, but say it's like a balloon. The outside, the skin of the balloon is like the uranium. Inside the balloon, the air is like the hydrogen. You understand? If you have a balloon, the skin of the balloon, right, would be the uranium, and inside the balloon, the air, that would be the hydrogen. Right, but it's got real thick skin, right? So that's the. If you got a balloon that's real thick or whatever, right? Like a tire. Maybe it's better analogy. Tire, tires can be very thick right on out. So outside is the tire, and inside is the air pressure that keeps it inflated, right? So what happens is that now once they do that, that's the way you fashion the bomb. See, so then you have to cause this to explode, the uranium to explode. That's the fission bomb. That's the type of bomb they use on Hiroshima and Nagasaki on Japan in World War II. But the hydrogen bomb is like 1,000 times more powerful than fission bomb. So you say like a fission bomb might be able to take out a city, hydrogen bomb maybe take out a whole state, and they can make it as big as they want to because effectively our sun is a hydrogen bomb. But you don't understand, it is a bomb, but it's like bomb exploding in slow motion, but I'm not going to get to that, brothers and sisters. That's about another time. Right? Because when the light coming from the sun, that's the explosion. But I'm gonna leave it alone because I got to do too much explaining. Right? But anyway, so now you have your bomb set up. Now the thing is you want to explode the uranium. You want to cause that explode. This is what happens. See, and the force that in the center. See how it turned red under extreme pressure. Let's go back. Okay. When it explodes, right? Oh. When it explodes, it forces in the center. See, all that down. It's so dense, right? It starts to fuse. That's what I call fusion bomb. Right? So you got all that packed in a small space. It's like taking people elevator. It says 100 people elevator, right? And you put so much pressure on them, right, that they only take like, say the elevator's like 5 by 5, right? Well, no, that's not a good analogy because I've just explained too many things. But you put them in a small space. And you crush it with extreme pressure. Now, extreme pressure, right? Now these atoms are really moving really fast. They're really hot. It's under extreme pressure. But it takes a hydrogen bomb and a fission bomb to do that. No regular bomb could do it. That's why it takes a super nuclear bomb to do that, to put that much pressure on it. Because now, remember, you exploded. A uranium bomb, the same type of bomb they dropped on Hiroshima, it's pushed all that in there. But there's nothing to hold together. And when it does that, right, the uranium explodes. Right? It means it's not going to stay, it's exploding. But for an instant, it pushes all that pressure there. And when it does that, that's on extreme pressure. But now the uranium is blowing itself apart and nothing to hold it there. So now it blows. And it depends on how much hydrogen you got in there, how big the explosion is going to be. So it's a super explosion. And like you can make a hydrogen bomb as much, because like I said, the sun is a hydrogen bomb. If you understand how the hydrogen bomb works. You see, that's the way they do it. And when it explodes away, it blows away everything. It blows away the uranium, everything. It blows away everything. Because now, see. I hear Bill Sappin work around the clock. But I can't stop. You understand? That's the way it works. If you understand that process, then what does that mean to you? What does it mean to me? What does it mean to any of us? Right? Okay, let's see. Boom! See, that's what happened. That's what happened. Boom, then after this uranium spent, it's blown up, then bam. Guys, hydrogen explosion was more powerful than. That's what I call a hydrogen bomb. Two-step process. Nuclear bomb, fission bomb, just one step. But to get that, you need a hydrogen bomb, a fission bomb to do it. See here. Now pay close attention to this, brothers and sisters. Right? Because this is actually the process. Because I told you I'm going deeper and deeper into this, brothers and sisters. What's going on here? Understand it in the most intimate way. Okay, 2,000 years ago, the Roman Empire, the angel was given to them. 2,000 years ago. Right? It brought down the Roman Empire. Here, give this book. And basically, the whole Roman Empire took control of the book. Because that's why I call it the Roman Catholic Church. Because the Pope, the Caesar now became the Pope and so forth. So it was really, Catholicism is really pretty, a lot of just Roman ideology. But anyway, let's move on. 2,000 years ago, the book was revealed to them, right? That's the sealed Bible. And remember, the sealed Bible is 2 books. It's sealed. That means if it's sealed, it means something inside of it. When you seal something, it means something inside of it. So it means there's a book inside of it. See, this book is sealed in the other book. You understand? You understand? And now remember, if you understand this at all, the scriptures, your mind is software. And your mind is the scriptures of the time. That's the mind. That's the mind. To be successful, you have to have the mind of not the mind of the next or the last one, the mind of the way the world is right now. And the scriptures furnish that tell you exactly what you need to know about, right? That's the mind you have. Yeah, your brain is that's your mind. See? So the scriptures are actually the mind that you need to have for the situation or the season that we're in. Okay? Understand that. So let's give this mind. Okay, immediately the Catholic Church took Roman control of the Catholic Church took over it. Right? Now they had the book. I should get ahead of myself here. So they had the book. But they couldn't open the book. See, See, because they had discipline to do it. They had discipline to open the book. Right? They didn't have it because the Catholic Church didn't give it. The Catholic Church told them just the opposite. No discipline, just believe in Jesus. Right? So in 500 years, they had the book. So they had a book. They just had it. Couldn't open it. We need discipline to open it. Right? That was the mind. But they didn't have that. See? They didn't have the mind of the old Bible. They didn't have the mind of the angel. I mean, the sealed Bible. They didn't have the mind of the sealed Bible. They had Roman ideology, whatever the Pope cooked up, whatever. Right? They didn't have it. You see? They didn't have it yet. They had the book. They hadn't uploaded it yet. Because discipline was required as part of the process. You see? They didn't have it because the Catholic Church does not preach discipline. Okay, so this went on 500 years. And then Prophet Muhammad came along. The Islamic Empire. Okay? Started raising the Islamic Empire. But what did that do? That put pressure on the Europeans. Where that comes from, it put pressure on them. For 500 years, it's putting great pressure on, right? And I said, pressure causes things to transform. Either you transform to a greater, something more stable or stronger, or you crushed. So that forced the Europeans under great pressure, right? To transform. In other words, gain discipline in order to survive under Islamic influence. The Islamic influence, right, affected them outside and inside. So it gave them form. Because when you're taking under pressure, in other words, you understand, how should I say it? If someone's putting pressure, they give you form. Because by the nature of the pressure, right, you're going to change form to address the pressure. Right? And they was receiving inside and outside because the Sunnis, they went into Europe, so they was getting the pressure inside because they had Spain, had some other countries in Europe, so they was getting pressure inside. So they was giving Europeans form to deal with that pressure because they was under pressure of Islamic Empire. See? So it cut to the chase here, brothers and sisters, right? Europeans, and same story in the Quran, where they was locked up for Gog and Magog. So under this pressure, right? Under pressure of Islamic Empire, they're the uranium. You see? And he gave them form, inside and outside, like a donut I showed you. Give them form. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to make sure this doesn't mess up on me. So far, so good. So the form he gave up after 1,000 years of Islamic Empire, right? They gave them form. So now they turned to discipline because they had to remember in other words, they was under the pressure of power. The Islamic Empire was supposing power as a discipline. So to respond to power, the only way you respond to power is with power. And the only way you respond with power is you got to have discipline. Now, make it clear enough, brother says, if you're exposed to power, then you have to keep being crushed. You have to respond with power, equal or greater power. And that means you have to have the energy And you have to have discipline together enough to neutralize it or break it all together. So they was put under so much pressure, right, that they had energy and they had to develop enough discipline to develop enough power. Right? Like, gold transforms into diamonds. It takes a lot of pressure. So I remember I've been telling you all the time, I said they had, under pressure, they had to transform. They transformed to meet the pressure, to meet the pressure that the Islamic Empire was posing upon them to keep them being crushed. So it took 500 years. I don't want to get too deep in this process, but see, Prophet Muhammad, he formed them. He formed them. So you see it one way, so thing. That was his purpose. Because it tells you in the Quran that they'd be locked up, but it says at a time Allah decide they'd be released. They crumble all that. Who did that? The Islamic Empire. And that was Prophet Muhammad did that because was supposed to rule. So he had to prepare them to rule. Now he might understood personally that's what he was doing, but that's what the science had him doing. That's what the science had him doing. He had to put enough pressure on them, right, to cause them to gain enough discipline so they could rule. And they give it. The Quran, right? It's mind. That's the mind of the Quran, right? We're talking about minds here. Strengthen their minds, right? Give them enough discipline, right? Well, now they could open the Bible. They could open the sealed Bible. Didn't have it because they weren't even allowed to read it. Remember, under Catholicism, they couldn't even read it. Only one could read the Bible was the Pope and the monks. Only people couldn't read the Bible, not the kings or queens either. So now they finally get the sealed Bible. They didn't have it before. The Pope had it, and they wasn't teaching discipline. Then they started, and the first one to pick it up was Magog, Britain. It was the first one to call themselves Puritans. You can't make this up, brothers and sisters. Right? Call themselves Puritans. They're called Protestants. It means they protest against the church. Went against it, they went and started looking at the book and followed the laws in there, and they got disciplined. And so, therefore, they was able to fight off the Islamic Empire. They was able to develop enough pressure, right, to neutralize the Islamic Empire. And so, the Islamic Empire started collapsing. Like one of the first ones was the Moors in Spain. They was defeated at the Battle of Grenada in 1492. You understand? They call themselves the Puritans. So now they read. Now the Bible's open. They reading it. See? So remember, they're the uranium. They already fashioned them. Students fashion them. Now, anyway, I shouldn't even get into this part or not. See? Well, that was the purpose of it. Remember, it has to be opposing force to do this. Opposing force. But who was opposed against Adam? The jinn. Who was opposed against? They said, I come against him every kind of way you can think of. I'm going to give him form. I'm going to come against him any way you think of. I'm totally against him. So that shows as soon as, once you understand who Adam is, you know, as soon as the jinn. Because they the one who was opposing Adam. They didn't submit to him. They opposed him. Let's think about that one for a second. She says, all there, brothers and sisters. See? Because they didn't submit. So that means who was opposing them? That was Sunnis opposed them. See? So that shows the jinn right there. They opposed, they gave them form. See? So they was the one preparing this bomb. The jinn is the one preparing this bomb. Let me take a little further. They're the ones preparing this bomb. They might not realize what they was doing, but they're the ones preparing this atomic bomb. Let me take a little further. Because remember, you got the uranium. That's atom. Now you need the hydrogen. So what happens? Now they're reading the book, they get in their mind now. Remember, this is the mind that had been given, the role. He's reading it, and he's reading the recipe what I should be doing. He's giving the mind for this time. He now finally got to open the book. Now he can read the mind for what he's supposed to do. So what is that? What's that book tell him to do? He's following the guidance of the book, seal book, right? And this is what the seal book tell him to do. Slavery is one of the main things first. Everybody's racism. It's right in there. You the rule, you better. You superior to everybody. See? But what's that? That's the hydrogen. Who gave them the hydrogen? The jinn. They sold us into slavery. Is this coming together for you, brothers and sisters? Who gave them the hydrogen? The jinn. They put the bomb together. They put the bomb together. We're in the center. Hydrogen, all of the surrounded by uranium. And then the bomb ignites because they're reading the book. The bomb ignites. Uranium ignites. And then what they do? They brought a new world. Made all things new, didn't they? They made all things new from what was before. A whole new explosion. The mind exploded. Once they got us here, right? Once the guys here, got the, you got the uranium formed. As soon as you form that, you got the hydrogen center. Then you explode the uranium bomb, right? The mind. All of a sudden, new world comes in. All these new ideas and everything that wasn't before. For 1,000 years, they were still riding a horse, right? Shooting arrows and everything. So all of a sudden, poof, big mind explosion. That's uranium. And we're right in the center. Should make sense to you, brothers and sisters? Just coincidence? Then what happens? That's the mind explosion. Boom, look at him. The uranium exploding. Oh, new world, all this stuff. We're still in the center. But all this, remember I told you all about mind. So the new reality comes in. They made all things new. Because it's exploding. Their mind exploded. What did it? Reading that sealed Bible. Reading the sealed Bible. And boom, all this came out. And we're in the center. And we're the ones being crushed by all this pressure right in the center. We've been exposed to all of it. Are you making sense of this, brothers and sisters? I'm going slow here. I think I am. Now, if you think this is wrong, Google it and see if that's the way the mind works. I told you I'm getting closer and closer to you, but there's so much stuff I can tell you I haven't told you. Okay, here. Then Elijah comes along. You see? Because that sinner is getting real hot. It's about to explode. So he comes along and starts explaining, because they don't know what they're doing, the devil's wants to doing. He's telling them, hey, no, you're the original people. You're going to take over. You're going to explode in a minute, and you're going to come in a new world. Right? Now, the devils, they start, they see it from a different angle, but they still see the same thing. They say, if these people come in, these people rise up, that means they're going to come in a new mind to blow ours away. That's what Elijah's telling them. They're going to blow this hours away if theirs come in. You see? So what they do, he says, okay, we don't put so much pressure on that thing, right? There's only two things happen. It can explode or it can be crushed into nothing. or somehow we got to contain it where it won't explode at all. So right after Elijah come, they come and say, boom, they put their seal on it to keep that thing from exploding. Because now it's under so much pressure, it's about to explode. So they put a seal on it, their seal, the devil's seal. See? On us. That's on our minds. Keep our minds from exploding. Because the pressure's there now, it's time to, they try to hold it back. You see? Let's understand this now. You build a casing, you give it form, because it has to be right, and then you put it in the center of it. And then you ignite the casing, boom, and the explosion put so much pressure on the center that it explodes, but it blows away the casing. This reality that's under. Because remember, the sinner's under the pressure of the casing reality, under the devil's reality. So once the heart causes so much pressure, then it blows away that reality that caused it to explode to begin with. It blows all the way. And when that reality realizes, hey, we got to try to stop this somehow. Because if that thing ignites, we're all goners. You see what I'm saying? And then what happens next? And then they put demon in there to reinforce it. See, extra. But like you put seal on, put some extra weights on top of it just to be sure. That's what his purpose is, to keep that damn thing from exploding. We ain't going nowhere. He's pretending but keep that damn thing from exploding. Because it explodes, it's all over. See? Because remember I told you, a hydrogen bomb is much more powerful than a helium bomb. Much powerful than a fission bomb. Thousands of times more powerful. And then what happens? As soon as it shows up, it starts shaking it. Oh, it starts shaking. Right? Starting to cause it shake. He wouldn't press it, he's starting to shake. Right? He started with the angel. Starting to shake. See? That seal is starting to shake. Right? Because you see, this side is starting to move. Inside moving it. See? They thought he had under control. Him starting to explode a little bit. So it's causing it to shake. See? He shows up. See? Then what happens? The master hammer comes, just burn the damn thing down. Burn the outside casing down. Burn the seal down, excuse me. Burn the seal down was holding it down. Hold it down. See? So there's nothing to strain the explosion anymore. Because that was your mind, remember? Their mind, they put that mind, that's a mind too. That's called synagogue of Satan. See? Put that mind on you. Lock it down. See? Make sure you stay confused. Say, that's them, it's them. Keep you from exploding. But he burns it up. So there's nothing left to stop you from exploding. Okay. But we want you to control the explosion. So you have to have a mind just to explode. So control the explosion. So you can bring your new reality, make all things new. Because you blew away everything else. You blew away everything else. And all of a sudden, that's what you got. Transformation. New mind. New attitude. See? A controlled explosion. Because now that's the form your mind takes. Because the angel is a mind. So you don't have the old mind anymore. So he's exploding with the new mind. Angel. Because the old mind was against you. It was the devil's mind. It can be restrained. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. It's the same. It's the same process that happened. Because how should I say this? Right? It's science, and we set up this way for it to work this particular way. Because how you make gods? We put on intense pressure, so that new mind would be much more so powerful. But we need it, right? It's healing, fission, mom, right? To put that on enough pressure to produce that. Because I said, when you put some on the gradient pressure you put on, they have transformed to just that pressure. So that bomb had to be ignited. The jinn. Who built the bomb? The jinn. Who put us in the center of the bomb? The jinn. Is that a coincidence? And they're going to be blown away by the bomb themselves. And they didn't know they was doing that, but that's what he was doing. And we designed that away because we need somebody to oppose. We need somebody to put pressure on Adam to do this, right? And so you look at it, oh man, well, that's why we wanted the jinn to do what they did. Okay, let me say it this way. The Quran says something like, everyone obeys the will of Allah. Didn't it say that? Oh, I missed something. They were doing Allah's will. They didn't know it. Their will is to be in a position, because you got to put this together. That's what Allah wanted them to do. Be in opposition to Adam. He could have stopped him if he wanted to. He wanted to do that. Because it says everything is in submission to Allah. That means their disobedience was in submission to Allah. Our submission to wickedness was in obedience to Allah. Make sense, you brothers and sisters? Are you starting to think? Think mathematically? Because see, they got you thinking all this weird way. That's that sealed Bible stuff, where God's merciful and everything else, but He's just, but He's gonna put you in hell eternity without end because you made a mistake. See, because none of that stuff makes any sense. And then they tell you, well, everything that happens to Allah, will of Allah. Then wasn't the jinn doing, if that's the case, then wasn't the jinn doing the will of Allah? If you're going to say it, you got to see it one way or the other. And we was under submission to the devils. That means we was sinning and everything else because that's what they would tell us to do, because they was misshed blood. So was we doing the will of Allah? Everything is doing the will of Allah, because everything, but it means everything is mathematics. And once you understand, you get past all the stuff that smoke and mirrors that's blinding you because you don't think clearly, because you in an emotional state. The jinn was doing exactly what I wanted him to do. Put that pressure on when to form them. Because somebody had to pose, had to make them strong enough to rule. And so that's what the jinn was doing. That it was the one to do it. We didn't do it because we submitted. If nobody did, they wouldn't have been able to do what they did. And by them doing that, right, submission in the center, boom, they cause that double explosion. And the center is what's going to be the new world, the new idea, the new thoughts, because it's more powerful than anything. See? But you can't see that just reading the scripture. In fact, you can, if you listen to these preachers and everything else, you can't see any of that, because it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, I mean, why would God have you make me? Because that's what Iblis was saying. It don't make no damn sense to me. Why is I submit somebody to make me shed blood? And what Allah says, I know what you know not. He says, now think, Allah didn't say, I know everything. He said, I'm the best knower of knowledge. He knows better than anybody. That's what he's saying. Okay. And that's why your mind's got to be, all your mind's so corrupt. They corrupt so much that you can't see any of this. And then when you look at it, like I'm explaining, if you was a follower, I explain it, it's right, totally consistent with everything that's there. It's just the interpretation, right? It's beyond your comprehension if you thinking emotionally. Because that's a simple process they use to make atomic bombs. Same process they use to make us into gods, to blow away this reality. But it took intense pressure to do that. Like it takes intense pressure to produce a hydrogen bomb, the pressure of a fission bomb. And the fact that says, see, they tell these stories in a way like the same thing as, well, she's gonna be nourished by the face of a man, face of a serpent, and the gates of hell will not prevail. And all those things trip you all up, all over the place. They trip you up all over the place because you don't understand the underlying principle there. You can't read the backstory. You understand the underlying principle. And once you understand that, then all stuff falls into place. That's exactly the process used to make us gods. Use Adam to do it, right? Now, see, we need a wicked, evil person to put the pressure on us to make us gods. So they was doing God's will too. We needed that. And we needed somebody that was opposing them to make the process work, to put the whole damn thing together. Okay. I think that's it, Bones. I'm going to show you something else and then I'm going to close out. Adamic bomb. Okay, hold on. No, let me see if I can show this. I try to put this together. I hope it works it right. Hope I get it right. Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no. Got rid of the wrong thing. Hold on. Nope, wrong thing again. Okay, wrong thing again. There you go. Let's see if this works. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work, bosses, but let's give it a shot. This is the uranium, right? See? Now, Islamic, they control outside of Europe and inside of Europe. And you know, one of the reasons why they don't like the Russians so much, see, you probably never noticed this, but you ever look at the architecture of Moscow and everything? That's Islamic architecture. Because Islam had a very strong impact on Russia for a long time. And they still got the same architecture, the Moscow and everything else, right? That's Islamic architecture. And that's one of the reasons why the West so with Russia, because they still think Russia's under Islamic influence, whatever. I'm not going to any more deeper than that. But here it is, right? Okay, then what? And then you have to put in, now you have to put it's the uranium casing, right? You form it. Let's go back and make sure you can understand now. Right? Here it is. You got a whole bunch of uranium. You got to form it because you're going to make a bomb. Right? And that's what the Europeans did it. They took the gin had control inside of Europe and outside of Europe. Give form. See? And then now you got to put your hydrogen in center. Because remember, you're making a hydrogen bomb here. Boom. See? This is Islamic Empire giving this form to this whole thing. They want to form this whole thing. See? Because let me finish now. See? Bam! That's us in the center. That's us in the center. Who put us in the center? They did. They betrayed us into the center. So-called brothers. Is that a coincidence? They put pressure on the European, formed them, then they put us right in the center of them. So we got here, they betrayed us. Been saying it for quite some time. Then what happens? And then boom. Ignited. If we start getting more power, more power, more powerful, and put more and more pressure on us. 20 years. Okay? And bam, for us to transform this. And the guys and goddesses, that pressure. See, I was slaves before. Transformed. That's, see? And there's Suleiman there. But the angel, control explosion. Once it happens, then what? Bam. Bro, it's whole reality. Exactly the way the script says it's going to happen. You understand it? I'm showing you science. I'm going deeper into it, right? I showed you the math, now I'm showing you science. That's science when we go atomic bomb, hydrogen bomb, science, and Adam data atomic bomb. Because it's a two-step process to produce what's the atomic bomb that produced us under intense pressure. You understand, brothers and sisters? I'm leave it there. The only thing I need to reiterate on this one, I think I said as clear as possible. I told you we get deeper and deeper into this, brothers and sisters, closer and closer. I'm going to give you more and more. I don't know if you can handle this or not. Right? Exactly. It's not an analogy. That's exactly how it happened. If you read scriptures carefully, that's exactly. Understand, they're saying exactly the process. We had to have somebody to take and make this happen. That was a jinn. They said, "Don't come against you from every elevated place, every place." So that's what they did. They came against Adam. They put so much pressure on Adam, right? They formed Adam to the couch casing, and then they betrayed us and put us right in the center, right? See? You understand? And Adam, when he started reading the sealed Bible, right? And he did exactly what it says. So he brought a new reality in because he had to explode first. His reality exploded first. And that reality gave so much pressure, that reality, remember his mind put so much pressure, his reality, so much pressure, right? That, let me say it again. Oh, make sure you get this. I'm going to close out. Okay? His reality explodes. Once this happens, all of a sudden his reality explodes. And maybe, well, I should bet on this side, I think. Make sure I bet on this side. Back up here. Mm-hmm. But you understand that, brothers and sisters. It's all about the mind. It ain't about guns and knives. That comes that extension of the mind. But the minds control it. See if we can get this, and then let it go, brothers and sisters. Okay. So he started reading the book. Right? And he started doing what the book says, and that was one of the things. Put us right in the center. We're the slaves. We're the foundations of the whole thing, right? And then his mind explodes. See? And this new world that came, this world is a result of his mind. Exploded, made all things new. See? It put us in a smaller box. We under greater pressure. See, how it was the whole thing. Now we're in a smaller box there. Greater pressure. His mind. This new reality. And some of us are crushed by it. Those ones that can't love this world's life, they can't move to the next one, they're crushed by it. Am I making sense, brothers? I said, those who lost world life, they crushed. It was too great. They crushed by that pressure. That's another way of saying they crushed by it. They lost world life. They can't open. They can't get around it. Right? It's mine. Boys, no thing. Yeah. By doing that, right? See, made it possible. Our mind must have the pressure, the discipline. Remember, because he had the discipline to do this. He's had discipline to do this. He didn't have it before. But that pressure from Islamic Empire taught him discipline. So now he has the discipline to do this, to open the book, but he couldn't still break. He still didn't have enough discipline to get to the angel. And then Suleiman, he's the one who had enough. Remember, he's the one he's a center of the explosion. In other words, he's a signal that explosion is starting to happen. Because remember, okay, put it this way. When you have a nuclear explosion, when they put on the pressure, the one atom right in the center, that's the one that starts moving real fast. It starts moving, the others moving. The very center of the thing, the center atom, and start moving fast, start moving others faster and faster and faster. Because it gets heat up first and start moving other ones. That's what's happening. So our minds started to expand once Suleiman came with the angel. They're trying to keep that from happening. Remember, they was trying to keep that from happening, but it's happening. So let me, yeah, a good thing I'm saying this right now before I close out so you understand. The explosion started once, remember, Elijah was warning about the explosion. So they put that, they sealed it up to keep that from happening. But Suleiman came and he started the explosion. He started it. I'm talking about the center. Because their minds are exploding. But now new minds on the scene is exploding. And so now it's spreading, right? It's spreading. And it start heating up the other minds. See? Start heating up the other minds. You understand, brothers and sisters? And eventually, the whole thing explodes. It's exploding now. The angel starts its explosion. Suleiman's the first atom to start moving. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I think I said that enough. I think I explained it. Right. So that's that new mind, brought everything's new. See? Elijah told them about what happened, the thing about to explode, and they said, okay, hold this. Let's see if we can stop it. Remember, this is before Suleiman came along. Okay. And Suleiman comes along, they put him in there. They lock it down even more. And then Suleiman comes along, right? He starts shaking it because he starts to, the explosion started. That's why it's shaking. The explosion started. He started the explosion. Okay, you understand, brothers and sisters? And they cannot stop it. See? They're all in the Middle East, every place else. Trying to stop it, they can't. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. I think I said it clear enough. Look like they haven't deplatformed me yet. And I don't see any issues with my buffering or anything. But I did go to new providers, so I made a help with that. I worked all night. I had to restart my computer, redo it, and all kind of stuff. So I think they got into it, a virus or something. I had to move, I don't know if you know, restore it, right, to previous state and all. I had to do all that stuff, right, and then download some. I had to do a lot of work. Anyway, it looked like it paid off so far. I will see. Hope you understand, bro. Says I'm gonna leave it there. Adamic bomb. Hope you get it, bro. Says because this puts it all together. This is science. Remember, science is application of math. I taught you the math. Now I'm teaching the science. The science, the comprehensive science. What's going on here? How the gen fit in? Everybody fits in this process. They didn't know they was fitting in like that, but that's because the scientists was controlling it. They don't tell them what they do. Remember, he didn't tell the angels that submitted why he was doing it. He didn't tell them why he was doing it. See? He didn't tell anybody why he was doing what. See? Because he knows what's going to happen. It's okay. We do it this way, but that's the result they wanted. It says everything's a submission to Allah. That means everything was doing what I wanted them to do. That's too hard for some of you to swallow, I think. Here you go. Okay, bro, so I'm gonna leave it there. Get your news. Sulaiman Rahim out.